All quarterbacks need to stop throwing like this. One of the most common problems that quarterbacks have is a very long front stride. So when you take this long front stride, it causes your feet to be too wide. You're not able to rotate at your hips. You lose power and you lose accuracy. So a lot of young quarterbacks have this problem. And today we're going to give you 3 specific drills to fix that problem as a whole. So I hope this video helps you guys out. But also, we're going to be coming out to 15 different states this offseason for 2-day long QB and wide receiver camps. So if you guys are interested and would like to train with us, check out that very first link in the description below, fellas. It's where you can sign up and get information on where we are traveling to. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, California, Miami, Florida, Las Vegas, Nevada, Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York. Then we'll be coming out to Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So again, if you guys would like some more information, want to train with us, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get started with these drills. All right, so this first drill that we're going to be going over today is something called a no stride drill. So this no stride drill helps us with the throwing sequence and us being able to generate power effectively from my hips, from my legs, without having to worry about the front stride. So a lot of quarterbacks take this long front stride. You know, maybe they have a baseball background, maybe they've been coached improperly, whatever the case may be. But like, let's say you're in a throwing stance, you have your back foot under your frame, and you want to go to throw, but you push off of your back foot, which is the wrong thing to do as a quarterback. But quarterbacks will go here, they'll push, and their long stride comes out, their body weight shifts forward, and when they go to throw, they're throwing, disengaging their back hip, their back leg, which is essentially where all your power comes from. As a quarterback, we never want to be that guy who just throws all arm. We want to be able to engage my hips and legs, but we want to have the right timing of my hips and legs in the throwing sequence, and that's what this drill is for. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand, you need a target, maybe put the target like 10 yards away, 15 yards away, doesn't have to be far, but what you're going to do is you're going to get in a base, and you're going to stand, let's say my target's off to the left here. I'm going to open up my front foot as if I step to the target, but I'm going to keep 2 hands on the ball and my feet are going to be inside my frame. What we are going to do is we're going to dip into this back leg. As we dip, you're going to separate your hands. So now your back foot is under your frame, your weight is loaded, you're not pushing forward, you're separating your hands as the stride's down. And then as we separate my hands, I want my hips to rotate through. I want to pivot off my back toe and have this hip fire through before my shoulder, before the ball, without moving my front foot. So it gets us comfortable with the correct throwing sequence timing. As quarterbacks, how we generate power is the same way as a baseball hitter. When you're in the batter's box, let's say, and let's say a pitcher throws to you, right? When he throws to you, you take a step, but it's not a long step, right? Because then that makes your feet super wide. You take a step in place, bat stays here, then what do? You pivot, hips fire through, bat trails behind. That's why a lot of guys talk a lot about bat speed. A lot of guys talk about timing. That's essentially what they mean. Hitters and quarterbacks generate power the same way. But when we go here as quarterbacks and we push and we have this long stride, that's like stepping to the target and having the bat come through at the same exact time. We want to have a delay. We want to have separation between the upper half and lower half. The hips got to fire before the shoulders do. And this drill forces us to have to be in the right position. So I'm going to show you how this drill is going to look full speed. Again, you're just here, front foot's already open, dipping into the back leg as we separate, hips bring the upper half through so we get the feel for that sequence. All right, so this next drill is probably about as simple as you can get in terms of drills to limit your front stride, and that is going to be cone circle throws. Now, I'm assuming a lot of you people watching this are maybe not the biggest hula hoop people, but if you have a hula hoop, that would also work as well as the cone circle. But you want to set up these cones maybe about 6 inches outside of a base where your feet are inside your shoulder frame. So your back foot is under your armpit, your front foot is nice and light. It's not super close to where you got to almost take a negative step, but it's about 6 inches from your front foot. So all you literally have to do is play catch with somebody within the circle, but this forces us to have to take a short stride. So all we're doing is we're here, we're just stepping and let my hips rotate through. Sometimes the simplest ways to work on something, like physically limiting your front stride, is the most effective way to do it. I probably have put all the quarterbacks that I train personally in something like this just to work on their front stride if they have that overstride and long front step. Now, something like this takes a lot of reps, right? And I realize that as quarterbacks, sometimes you may not be able to go out and throw or find somebody to catch for you or whatever. So you can do this if you have a towel. Like, I'm sure everybody, guarantee everybody. If you don't, then freaking, I don't know, you're weird, but also just use your hands. But do it with a towel. Get a towel, stand in these cones. We're just trying to build muscle memory, which is super important at the quarterback position. You have to fall in love with the boring stuff. So we're here, and just work this through. Hold the towel, snap the towel, work on your wrist flick. It's all about reps, guys, and this is a very easy drill to get those reps in. All right, so this next drill is going to be something called a stride sequence drill. So this is kind of a way to work on your stride in a more normal setting where, you know, you're not in a cone circle, you're not eliminating the stride completely like the first drill. This is like a normal throw, but it gets us used to the feeling of taking a short stride by building like kind of just like a muscle memory effect, if you will. So what you're gonna do, you almost want to think of this drill like let's say you're playing golf, for example. When you go up to the ball, you don't just walk up and just hit it, right? Same thing in baseball. You don't just get to the batter's box, walk in, and your first swing is a live at bat. You take a practice rep, right? And having a good practice rep, there are studies that have been shown having a good practice golf swing makes you more likely to hit a good shot. Same idea when throwing a football. It's the same idea. It's the same type of movement. It's the same type of muscle memory. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand. You're going to have a partner standing in front of you. You can throw to a target, if you will, a net, but you need to do this one with the ball. So all you're doing is you're here. You're going to be in the base. Then what you're going to do is you're going to strike the ground once. Then you're going to come back. And the second time, you were just going to throw, promoting the exact same foot strike that we had. So it's just a normal strike. Hands go back as we take the step, but we're here step, then you're going to reset, and then we just follow all the way through. So all this does is just promote having good habits and taking that short front stride. Something you want to think about with your front foot is think about trying to punch the grass. Trying to punch the grass with the front foot with your toes, and that will help you get that foot down as fast as possible. All right, guys, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like to come out and train with us in 15 different cities this offseason, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of our off-season camps, coming all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina, Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, all over the place, you guys. So again, very first link in that description below. I'll see you next time.